Okay, yay, here we go. All right, today we're going to talk a little bit about coding and a little bit about ChatGPT. And a lot of what I do in Done For You services is doing some tricks and stuff on the websites. And I have said this about a zillion times if you've ever come to any of my success meetups, is that I don't know how to code. I'm not a coder, never learned it, whatever. But with the way things are going today with like ChatGPT and other things, like some of these tips and tricks, and I've done a few in the meetups in the past talking about some coding tricks you can do. Um, it's getting easier and easier. And basically now you can say to ChatGPT, do this and do it in HTML so that I can post it places and put it places on my website. And so we're just going to talk about a couple of the places you can put it on your website and how you can ask GPT to do it for you in the correct way that you need it done. And then and go from there. So let me do my quick little spiel. If you're watching this later on YouTube and you want to join us live, you can scan this QR code and we will, and you can attend. We do these on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, currently, 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 Eastern. So come join us if you aren't joining us live. Okay, stop my share and pull some things around on my computer just so that I have I've got everything where I want it to go. So let me get my KB core up. Like I said, it was late and I'm a little behind here. Here's my KB core. Get the ChatGPT. Why is it that? Hang on just a second. There it is. Okay. I'll share my screen with you guys. So I'm sure by this point, everybody has heard of ChatGPT. I know my son used it to write his 8th grade essay that he had to graduate 8th grade, and I found out about that. And his teacher's like, yeah, this is way more well written than he usually does. And I said, oh, and we figured that out. And I think that's just kind of where things are going. So what it really does is opens you up to a great amount of content. And I've said this about 100 times before when it comes to ChatGPT, it can get you 80% of the way there. So you are your own, agent, your area, what's true, what's not true. ChatGPT can give you kind of the outline on things. And so I've done this before where I showed you guys, oh, tell me this, tell me that. You can write a blog with it. You can put info on your SEO pages with it or whatever. But in KV Core, and I'm going to go here, there's a lot of stuff that it doesn't require it, but it looks nicer. Let's put it that way. If you are doing it in HTML instead of just doing it in our little box editors. So I'm going to kind of talk about a couple of different places where we can put this is the first thing we're going to do. And then we're going to make a couple of them on ChatGPT and I'll show you what it looks like. So there's a couple different places you can do it. So in Web and IDX, if you go to your website manager, there is your service areas and SEO. So we talked about this on my last one, last week, I think it was, or the week before. I did this from ChatGPT. It's going to work or not because here we go. I put in a picture with some text to the right of it with like a wraparound code. I asked it for wraparound code. You can put stuff in your SEO pages. You can make custom pages. So when you make a new custom page, you can either, I want a picture and then I want to put some text, but it doesn't always look formatted wise as pretty as if you were to do it with code. And so you can always put code in here. It's another place you can put it. The last place you can put it is on your actual website. So some people will say, let's go to your website manager. We'll go to your widgets. So the way that you can put stuff on your website is you can either do it in your site editor, which is here. And right here, you can put code above all the other widgets that you have. You can also put code in an actual widget, which I'm going to just tell you, if you want it above everything else, you can put it here. But if you want to move it around in with all of your other widgets, then you have to make it its own widget. And so in your widgets, here's the widgets that I have already done for you widgets, but you can always make a custom widget and put your code here. So let's say you wanted to write a bio about yourself, right? And you want like your picture on one side and you want your bio on the right side. You can't really do that on your website, just dragging it around, but you can do it in HTML. So we're going to do a couple of those things today and just show you how easy it is to make those for you. And then I just want to say that just going to throw it out there. Should you be like, yeah, that's great. I'm glad that's doable. I don't want to do it. I want to pay someone else to do it in the marketplace. I just want to share with you that we have some options, but done for you services is where I am. And you can always do a consult with me and let me know, or you can just email me and say, hey, this is what I'm looking to do. And I can give you a custom price proposal to do that. But you can do it yourself. Pretty much everything I do and done for you is doable by you. It's just that, people don't want to do it themselves. I will happily do it for you. Or my team will. So let's dive in. So if I wanted to, for instance, go and let's go to website manager. Let's go to my SEO pages. I'm going to do, I did this on another one, but I'm just going to do it again. So if I say, I'm going to add another area. Actually, let me find an area that's actually in the MLS that I'm connected to, which would be, let's say, East Village. Is East Village in here? Yeah, East Village. Okay. So I'm going to go East Village because in your SEO pages, you can do neighborhoods. And you have neighborhood pages, right? Let's see, I'm going to say East Village neighborhood. Let's see if that is the same thing as that one. I don't know San Diego, it's just what my, oh yeah, that's it. Okay, great. So I could say to ChatGPT, I could say that I want to, where did I get? I could say, give me details about, type it in there. Give me details about the neighborhood of East Village in San Diego. Include 3 sections that describe things to do, local restaurants, and what it's like to live there. Now, but I want you to give me this. Give me this in HTML, period, for each section, heading. Now this is a little, this I got from my developer, H3 tags and bold them. and I will give you guys this, but even if you didn't say you wanted the tags, you could just say for each section, bold them, send the message. And it's going to write HTML for you. So this is like a disclaimer. So again, like you're going to look through this. Now, if you were the agent in this area, you would know if this is correct or not correct. You would know if Cafe Chloe is still there or whatever. So you definitely want to fact check ChatGPT, make sure it's what you want. If you take this HTML and you put it in here, and by the way, I just learned this the other day and I didn't know, you can make this bigger. You put it there. And you save it, what's going to happen is it's going to put it on your page. So we're going to save that. We're going to go here. And it did the whole thing for you. And now you have all of this stuff. It did it in the, everything that you wanted. Because if you tried to put bold and then a bunch of, what is the word I'm looking for? Bullet points in there, you wouldn't be able to, it wouldn't look right, if you just put it in plain text. But if you put it in an HTML, it looks really nice. So that's one place you can put it. Let's talk about, some people are like, oh, I want to put something about on my website about my bio. And I actually haven't tried this yet, so this will be a little experiment, but we'll see what happens. And I did this the last time, and I said, write me HTML code for a picture that aligns to the left. You see me do that? Lines to the left with wrap around text. So, so it's going to give you this code. So this is what it's telling you. So here's your code. Now this, we're going to put in our Google Doc. Because you have to fill in a few things, right? So we didn't ask it for information. We just asked it for the code. It's very hard to read, so I'm just going to make this model. Okay. So your image is the one thing you need to put in here. And all of what you want to say about yourself. So you could say, I am a super awesome real estate agent that blah, blah, blah specializes in, you can even ask ChatGPT, right? General bio for a real estate brokerage. I'll just use that as my thing there. Ooh, look at that. I just did it in HTML. I didn't ask it to do that. I didn't really want it to do that because I wanted to put it in here. But I don't know if that would work. I don't know. We'll see. Put that here. So you can just play with this stuff. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Let's see what happens. So you need a picture though. So we'll put a picture. Now the easiest way to get a picture URL in KV Core is to make a blog post that you're not really going to make. and upload the picture from your, let's find me a picture. I'm gonna use my cupcakes here. But obviously that would probably be my picture of me. Okay, give me just a second. Sorry, guys, my son has a bunch of people over and they're being very loud. Okay, so here's my picture. So what you do is you're going to get the code for that picture, copy it, save it. But now instead of publishing it, you're just going to cancel out. But now that code for that picture is floating around the internet somewhere. So we're going to put it right here. Now, your image is the name of your image. And the reason that you want to put this here is this makes Google happy. Google wants all the blind people to know what your image is of. And if you don't tell it, then when they crawl your website, basically Google has like, if they're blind, if people are blind, they have like a program that tells them when they're on the website what the picture is. And so if you tell them what the picture is, it makes Google really happy and helps your SEO. Oh, am I muted? No, I'm not. Okay. Okay. So now let's just stick this in and see what we get. I don't know if this is going to work because I kind of messed with the two different kinds of code. This is what I'm saying. Like you can ask ChatGPT to make you any kind of code you want to and see what happens. So let's go into the website manager. We'll go to the widgets and you're going to make a custom widget. And you just put your code right here. And then you want to name it. So this would be about our brokerage, about our brokerage. And the description is, our bio. Neither of these two things will be seen on the website. The only thing that's going to be seen is there. Now, if I go here and preview it, see what happens. I'm curious too, what it looks like. There's my cupcakes. Oh, didn't do it very well, did it? Wow, what happened there? Not cool. Okay. I'm gonna edit this and I'm just gonna take out the picture. See what we get. Yeah. So that's, there. I think if I hadn't messed with it to begin with and I had used the wraparound text instead of this, I would have gotten a better result. So, but again, you can put in any information you want on your website. And maybe you want this down below. You don't want it up here at the very top. Because what you really want at the top is getting your home sold fast in the featured areas, right? You just pull it down and reorder it. And that way, oops, I might have to flush my cache real fast. Hang on. Yeah, there we go. It's down here at the bottom. If that makes sense. So I will do the wraparound text though. I put it, and I'll give it to you guys. In this, I did this a while back, but it's right here. This is I'll share this with everybody in the chat. But done. So again, if you did this is how I made this guy right here. Same thing. I just asked, and I think this is what they gave us to begin with, and I put them together and it didn't work out. But hey, when you don't code, you don't know, and I didn't know, so I gave it a whirl. So again, we wanted that image, and this is that description again. So this is where you're going to put the cupcakes. And I should have saved that picture code and I didn't. So I'm going to do it real quick. Yeah, just uploading any picture you want will get you the code for that picture. Right there. We're going to put that here. And then we're just going to put text. So I am awesome. Just do that. Okay. So again, we're going to take this, copy it, and put it in one of our widgets. Site manager, widgets, custom widget. And we'll preview it right here. There we go. You kind of made it. I wonder if I kind of made it squash though. I don't know. Not sure how to fix that. Actually, oh, that's why I had height dimensions in here, and that's not the height of it. I think you can do auto, and it'll make it not squishy squashed. That's another trick that's on this page, is that when you're making an image, you want to set your height to auto, because it doesn't squash it when it gets bigger or smaller, depending on what you're looking at on there. There you go. Not squishy squashed. And then obviously if you had a bunch of information, it would go over to the side here. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys, it's a fun thing to play with. ChatGPT is a fun thing to play with in general, but it can write code for you. And if you want to do some things on your website that look, like this, and you want it to be, formatted, and basically what it does is it formats it to match whatever is on your website already, all the fonts and everything. You can do that and really make it your own. So make your custom pages your own, and make your SEO pages your own, make your website your own, make your blogs your own. You can put this in, that's another place I didn't tell you actually, and I should have. Another place you can put HTML is in your blog posts. When you're making a post, you can just go like this and put the code in there too. All right, that was all I had for you guys today. Does anybody have any questions about anything I told you? Does anybody have any questions about KV Core in general? Anything about it at all? Yes, where are you going to put the Google Doc in the chat? Well, Matt, do you know what I did? Is I screwed that up. I do this every time. I send it to myself instead of everyone in the chat. So here you go. My bad. There you go. That's to everybody. I hope you guys got it there. It's like defaulted to just send in the chat to the hosts and panelists every time. I always forget to send it to everyone. Anybody else have any questions? Yes, sir. Matt. Hang on, Matt, I'll let you talk, and then that'll probably be easier. Where is Matt on my list? There you are. Go ahead, Matt. What do you got?
I have a question about conversion tracking with Google Ads.
Uh-huh.
And so is that something that I can just have that code emailed to you all, support, and have them?
You're doing your own ads, or you're doing our Google ads in the marketplace.
I'm doing my own ads with Google.
Uh-huh.
And so just trying to get the conversions to track. Honestly, I had it once, and then what happened was I had a meeting scheduled with the Google people. And so
Mhm.
I didn't think what I did was working. So I actually deleted what I had in there. And needless to say, that actually was working. And the getting Google people on the phone to where you can actually understand them and all of that jazz is a chore, to say the
Mhm.
least. So I know you're gonna go to like a header and a conversion code. And so because the Google Ads page gives me two sets of code.
Mhm.
And so I see that you've got your cursor in the conversion code box.
Uh-huh.
So that's where I'm guessing you're directing me to paste one of them.
Yeah, your conversion code should go in here.
And that's the code that comes from Google, correct?
Right. And that's
Okay.
really all you should need.
Okay. They give you two sets of code, and the other code I think is for the header of or it's to be on every page. And so I'm guessing if you scroll up, that's going to be in the custom header.
Yeah.
So you would say if I posted the two separate pieces in this two separate places, then I should be good to go.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will go back and check on that. And then my other question was kind of a done for you.
Okay.
And that is, I'm guessing, I think I've heard you say this before, that you help with putting together what would call a custom drip campaign.
Mhm.
And I'm guessing that you would also be able to incorporate BombBomb video with that and give maybe some scripting or ideas on that.
Yeah, so a couple different things I'll say is that so I'm assuming you have core video then, which is
That's
our
correct.
BombBomb migration. Great. Yeah, so it really depends on what you're looking to accomplish in the marketplace in done for you.
I want people to engage with me.
Yeah. We have what's called situational. Now I have a package deal. It's not on here, but if you want to get the situational smart campaigns, they're $199. You get like 10 campaigns, and it's like, long-term buyer, just browsing, currently renting, and you can watch the video. But for an extra 300, all you have to do is, if you buy this and email us and say, hey, I want to add it in, and we can send you a separate invoice. We have a list of 10 videos that we ask you to record for us. And I don't do scripts, but I do send you examples of the same videos that other agents have done. But
Okay,
we do the topics, like, why it's important to, why it's more advantageous to buy versus rent, or why it's important to get pre-approved, those kinds of things. But you really want to make it your own. I steer away from scripting a lot, because I feel like people, especially when they're doing videos, it's so obvious they're reading off of a script.
correct.
And as an agent, you really should be able to knock out a 30-second video as to why you should get pre-approved, right? I'm
Sure.
sure you've said it like 100 times.
Right.
So if you do that, it's an extra 300, and we have those 10 videos and we sprinkle them out through all of those campaigns that we're putting in for you. And so each campaign will have an extra, probably 3 to 7 videos in them, both in email form and in text form. So
Okay.
that's one option. The other option is, if you want to have a consult with me, you can. And because you say, oh, I've had somebody say, I want you to do this. I run this promotion where I just had a guy the other day where what did he do? It was like this thing called up something, where like they buy the house, they remodel it and resell it. It's like this program, right? And he was running ads for it, and he wanted like a follow-up campaign.
Right.
And so it's very specific. It's very like, that's a whole different ball game. That's very custom work. And we talked about what he wanted, and I gave him a quote for that. So it just depends on what you're looking to accomplish. But if you just want this package, like I said, it ends up being 500 total because it's an extra $300 to add in all the video. And we make what the videos look like is, let me see if I can find it here for you. An example. We try, and when you say interact, I think it's really important to make sure that you're when people are watching your videos, that they can interact with you easily. And so what we do is we do these call to action buttons in all of our, bring it over here. So this is an example of this would be the welcome video that goes out. Now, I don't do the welcome video on the first email out because I don't like to send HTML emails the first time, because sometimes they will get sent to spam. So I always do a plain text email first, but we will do this. And what we do is we put call to action buttons in here so that like this goes to his Calendly, this goes to his Facebook Messenger. They can go back and, look at homes or get their home value. We could put things in like call me, which would preload your phone number on their phone if they were to click it, anything that you want. When we talk about getting pre-approved, we can have a link that goes to your lender or whatever it is, so that they can actually take action after watching this 20-second video right away without being like, oh, that was a nice video. Great, or whatever.
Right.
So that's kind of our plan, and that's what those look like when they go out.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Does anybody else have any questions? Anything KVCOR related? I mean, anything. This is people pay to talk to me, people. So you get to do it for free here. What do you want to know? Anything? Nobody? I mean, I can go eat lunch early, but I'm happy to help anybody with any questions they might have. All right, cool. Well, here's what I'd love to know. So I'm just going to say this. If you go to our Facebook page, and I would love to hear from you guys, or even if you want to put it in the chat right now, what you'd like to learn about, what you'd like to know about on these sessions. Is my Facebook broken? What is going on? Oh, there it is. Where did my search bar go? That's so weird. If you go to our real estate group or our Facebook group, and you can post there too, just say, hey, I would love you to do a success meetup on XYZ. I'd love to know what you guys want to know about. Or if you want to chat it to me right now, or if you have any ideas, please let me know. And again, if you have any questions about our done for you services, you just DFY, the letters DFY at insiderealestate.com. You can email me any questions you might have. Oh, cool. You don't know what you don't know. I know. But if you're ever like, hey, I'm trying to, honestly, like maybe, to your point, Matt, you don't know what you don't know. Like maybe you're like, I don't know how to do XYZ, but maybe you could say, I'm looking to accomplish XYZ in my business. What's the best way for me to do that with KVCOR? And I can do that for you too. So I'd love to have those suggestions as well. Like, this is what I'm looking to do, or this is how I'm looking to grow. And we could do some strategic stuff like that as well. So, all right, guys. Well, then I'll wrap it up. Thank you for coming today, and we will see you next week. Just a few housekeeping though. We will not be here the 4th of July, obviously, which is only in like 2 weeks, I think. And on the 28th, I think it is. I think it's the 28th. Is our spring release webinar that you will all get a little thing in your KVCOR, like announcing our spring release webinar, which is really great because it tells you all the new stuff that's coming, all the new stuff that's happened, and that kind of stuff. It interferes with this, so we won't have it that day. And I'm almost positive it's the 28th. I'm almost positive, although it might be the 27th. It's next week though, so we won't have it that day. Okay. Any other questions, let me know. You can always email me, but we'll see you next week. Thanks, everybody.